And we're rolling. This song got mad bass right now.
Call them.
You actually hit it right on the point too.
That's fire. That's
If it was a
fire.
real song, you would have hit it.
I can't front. I ain't listened to the whole joint yet, but right before the show, I vibed out for like 15 minutes. I was like, "Oh, this is fire. This is fire."
He's still in the intro, right?
It don't matter, man. We can talk over it.
Nigga eyes got big like, oh.
Hey, we were supposed to talk over it,
Yeah, man. Just
It just feels weird when it's mute. I ain't gonna hold you, so I understand, Nick.
With no music.
I understand. Yeah.
Like he can hear it.
I told Kyle I started here. If we get to here, he gonna have to start editing shit.
Oh, we gotta start rolling.
So
first topic.
Whatever y'all preference is.
Hop into this first topic real quick.
I ain't too good at creating a bridge, so you might be late. Come women. Nah, hold on.
And action.
That's so ghetto.
Hey, Pasa. Welcome to Council on the Clutch, episode 85 or 85 for my English speaking friends out there.
Appreciate that.
I'm your maestro for the night, SP the Ghost, and we have Cal.
What it do, baby?
Yo, you just stole my saying, man.
You haven't done it in a while, and Kawhi. I technically did it before you did it though.
We got to check. We got to check with the intern. I don't know if you get that copyrighted, but we got set.
Yay! Shout out Ice Cube. Playing for Black America.
Oh, is it really shout out Ice Cube? And then we got Nixon.
Shout out to Johnson Baby Powder. Keep them nuts fresh.
Oh, okay.
And he's not talking almonds, people. But anyway.
Cut that check.
The show started left before it got right. God dang.
Well, speaking about right, T.Y. Dolla $ign. That album.
Oh man said T.Y. Dolla $ign?
You could disrespect that man like that.
At least call him Tyrone, man. His name's Tyrone.
Oh, is it Tyrone?
Oh, that's his name?
It is. His name's Tyrone. But
Tyrone Dollar $ign.
You know what be fucking me up? When I type in Ty Dolla and I be wanting to spell sign with an S and that shit don't always come up.
Did you mean dollar sign with a dollar sign? Like, yeah, him. That nigga.
Well, yeah, came out with the album this week or this past weekend. Well, I think it was Friday. Several bangers on the joint. Intro, Tyrone. That's probably one of the better tracks in my opinion, or the ones that I fuck with. You got, it's a lot on there, man. I actually like the Dr. Sebi joint. I know y'all ain't gonna feel it, but Slack came through. Slack came through. Thugger came through. Man, look. I don't know why this man receives so much hate, bro. It's crazy because he's featured on everybody's tracks. Like something's right. Something goes right. That's all I got to say.
Talking about Young Thug?
Indeed.
I didn't know niggas still hated on Young Thug.
I don't know, bro. He different, but he fine though.
He definitely different. He definitely different.
Yeah,
can't speak to the person, but I separate the artist from the music. So
I think he personally had the best verse on All About the Money.
You think so?
Yep. Not even debatable in my book.
What was y'all's favorite track on Tyrone's album?
Lift Me Up with Future and Young Thug. That shit fire.
I couldn't make it past Young Thug's verse.
You mean where Future said you could fall asleep in my jacuzzi?
I ain't quoting nothing from there. Out of fear of what may come. So, but I like the song. And,
I'm just saying, I heard a song with Future featured up there, and he said he could fall asleep in my jacuzzi. I was like, man, so somebody can die and drown.
No,
Hey.
That make no
she gonna
sense.
whoever the person is gonna rest their head up against the back of the jacuzzi, take a nap while the water like soothe them. And it's you done got safety precautions like COVID test
You
tubes.
cannot fall asleep around rappers, Roy.
Not yeah, you
Especially
right. I
Future.
take
You
that.
might end up with a kid that he not gonna claim.
But hey, whoa. My dog take care of his kids, bro. You can't blame him because she took the kid from him. He
That's
take
true.
care of the kids
This
that's
is true.
around him. I'm
Hey
just
man,
saying.
big
I ain't
facts.
gonna.
Big facts.
I'm just saying. My dog tried to be a good father, but you had Russell wanted to be. You know what I mean? And Russ, I ain't mad at Russ either.
Hey, shout out to the
I can't.
stepdads, man. Shout out to the
I
stepdads.
Yeah, I can't understand, but I ain't mad at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What's
But
your favorite track on
I
there,
can't
Kyle?
understand
Which
either.
one you did, Kyle?
you said what?
Which track you did on there?
None of them. The
There you
best
go.
track to me
Hey.
on there though is definitely Your Turn,
Hmm.
because to me everything else, even ironically, is named Ty Dolla $ign, but I feel like all the features was trash besides the music Soul Child
Hey,
and
that's
Black
ironic
feature.
that you say your turn is your song.
Well, you said that.
Motto maybe?
No.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Michael Jordan Space Jam Reach. I just
Okay.
feel just
I had to. I
nah.
had to see. I had to see.
I
I had to see.
I just feel like that's like to me that's like the best song on the actual album.
I like that joint with Janae too. Is it by yourself? I think by yourself. I like that.
Iko?
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with SP though. I was when I saw 25, I was a little nervous, but then when I finally got it and I realized it was only an hour, I was okay. Because 25 could be long, but it's Ty Dolla too. That nigga always giving you the 3 minute tracks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Short and to
I
the point.
didn't. I was mad that I had to listen to Kanye. I did bob my head, but I wasn't listening to it.
I bobbed my head, but it won't for you, Kanye.
Yeah, it wasn't for Kanye, but I definitely. I forgot which one it was, but it was one of them I bobbed my head. It wasn't track 6. I
No
think it was
support for Mr.
Ego.
West?
It would be the last jump
Nah,
then.
yeah, it was. Yeah,
Nah.
so yeah, it was Ego Death. I was like this, but when Kanye came on, I take the
Why
headphones
did
off.
you like Ego Death? Is it your motto?
Nah. See, I don't live that life. You feel me? You already know how I'm rocking. Come on, baby,
Oh.
stay strapped. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Roy said,
Someone's protected over there. Sat better be protected over there messing with those chemicals.
he like, oh, I didn't mute myself.
Hey,
I thought
hey,
I turned
bro.
my camera off.
Man, I'm sorry. I did want to do something because I can't front. I ain't listen. I ain't listened to the album, so I can't contribute other than it was mad features, which
That man, that
that's
man
dope.
walked away. That man walked away, mixed 2 chemicals, cured COVID, and came back and then told Big Rich to do it. That's wild.
It was like y'all ain't see that, by the way.
Only in Trump's America. I ain't even come out my camera off.
Oh
Oh
man.
man.
Hey, speaking of Trump's America, my ballot got turned in today.
Hey, good job, man. Good job.
You
Good
know,
job,
I
man.
voted.
Hold
Shout out.
on. When you say speaking of Trump's America, do you mean that? Never mind. We ain't gonna go down that
No,
path.
no, I ain't. No, so I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I
He preluding his voting results.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't listen. I understand Trump. I don't agree, but I'm okay knowing people are racist. I rather Trump's racist friends tell me they racist than me walk around not knowing they racist. But I would never vote for him in fear of. Um, I'm a fan of international business, and his
Mm.
international diploma, or what's his diplomacy? Yeah, that's
Diplomacy.
what it is.
Yeah.
Diplomacy,
It's
yeah.
yeah. His international diplomacy is spooky to me, and he's cost me a lot of money internationally because of some of his
Oh
policies
man, that's
and his
crazy.
speeches. You
Damn,
know, so
that's
I,
deep.
I yeah no,
That's rich.
I don't care
Yeah.
about any tax breaks he's giving me. Listen,
More like stateside, did me well. Internationally, no.
no, I hit my man's in Pakistan. Hey, listen, real talk. I hit my man's in Pakistan. I needed some supplies. My man said, "Hey, y'all, something happened. They raised the price on me."
Jesus.
He
And
said
I was like,
it was something about Trump said something about the price of the brick going up. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know what that
Something,
means, but
something, build that wall. Something, something.
but listen, when my man from Pakistan says I can't do it at that price anymore, and I've been working with him for 3 years, I was disappointed.
the product did slow up.
But
I
listen, no, it doesn't. No. You can't do that to me. And when he finally told me why, it was really because of some trade laws or something going on where they can't get the product from China.
Some
And China,
tariffs.
Yeah,
yeah, but it was all because of something that Trump didn't do or something he didn't agree to. So after I heard about that, I was
yeah, because I know that it was like the TPP, the some type of like international partnership that they kind of nixed
yeah.
like a year or so ago, and just trying to get everything to come from America. So that's all trippy outside of my purview because I ain't into the business yet, but it's crazy when it actually somebody where it touch home.
And that's what got me. It was weird too though, because dealing with people in other countries, you don't really think about how a president's decision can affect your business until it happens. And then when I saw it,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, all right, I gotta do something here. Now
so you
y'all
can't.
know me though. I wouldn't have voted 100%. I would not have voted because it's not my thing. But I've seen so many people
Wow.
that usually like I just didn't like our generation not voting. And me personally, where I live and where I vote, we always vote blue. But it just a lot of people were saying they weren't going to, so I said, well, let me go participate this time.
He said, let me. It's too many people saying they're not, so let me just go ahead and take one of
But
those. And
but let's
Yeah.
let's let's dive into that because for a little bit because um I don't really know too many people. Actually, I do know some people who are like just pulled out of the system, but outside of those certain people, like most of everybody I know is like engaged, voting, talking about it. So like, where are you seeing and knowing these people? Like, are they like your internet friends or your real life people?
No. So I don't. Y'all are my only real friends.
Your internet
So and
friends,
then I got
or
a couple teammates.
Real
Yeah.
life
I don't
poem
really.
face.
Yeah. No, these are definitely Facebook people. Facebook, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I don't really
well,
Instagram though, but yeah,
people
Facebook and
lie on
Twitter.
the internet though, right?
No, they do, but it's still is. I see so many. Even though they might be joking, I see so many people like, oh, I'm not picking the worst of two evils again. Like I'm
You
not.
just did that.
People,
You did that 4 years
what,
ago. What you mean?
that's what I'm saying. A lot of them saying they're not doing it again though,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, all right. So now, granted, I think I still don't agree that I don't think that my one vote matters, but I'm
Hmm?
like, now let me go. I just me, just me. Just me. My one vote don't matter. I just how I always felt. But I said, man, there's so many people saying no, they're not going to. Let me go ahead and participate. And I mean, mind you, I told my mom this. I literally said, man, I don't like it. I just I don't. I did it, but I'm just not here for it. But that's just
Yeah. I
me.
mean,
Everybody. Some people find the excitement in voting. I don't see the excitement. I don't
yeah.
understand it. But I did
You
it.
don't,
I did participate.
you don't feel the ghost of all the people who died in order to be free and to vote to better their lives just swell up in you as you
So I don't. All right.
click that
So
button. Sorry.
when you say the people that
Or
died to be free,
circle the
the
ballot.
people that died to be free were slaves. I don't
Enslaved.
know. Yeah, I don't know too many people that
Message.
died to be free to vote per se. They did
But
go
thing
through
is,
some shit.
voting is the tool. It's not the end result. But it's like, yo, how do we get this better? How do we get this money? Oh, we got to
So
get in office. So let me use this tool to get my man's in office so we
all right,
can.
but let me combat that though. When none of the voting for what we were voting for, it will not affect any change. So yes, Trump might not win. Biden wins. Some of the laws. So for me and you, our lives won't change. The reason I voted personally is because of some of the healthcare things and some of my family members that have pre-existing conditions and things that can negatively affect them if certain laws won't pass. But me and you specifically, nothing changes between either president right now. But people we care about, their lives can change.
Policy wise, no. But you know darn well if Agent Orange gets in again, you're gonna have a whole bunch of more people out here feeling themselves, and that can affect our everyday lives if we walking around and we just got people just going off on us like it's the 60s again. Well, 50s.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree to that, but at the same time, I do believe in the quote, "We are not our ancestors."
Oh, for sure not. For sure we're not.
I mean, I'm not a violent person by any stretch, but I beg of thee, for one non-Negro,
Beg of thee.
to please test me in that manner.
Hey,
I mean,
look,
I definitely got to push back on the "We are not our ancestors" quote, because I think that comes out of context, because at every stage of our ancestors, particularly stateside, and if you want to go beyond that, but definitely here in the States, people were fighting at every sabotaging at every stage, rebelling, murdering white people. John Brown, like, that wasn't the only rebellion. There were like several of them, and they couldn't stop.
Nat
So
Turner,
I mean,
locally.
and even bringing it to the the 20th century, you had the Black Panther Party, you had a bunch of people out here, making, like, pushing back and making things happen. What is that? What is that?
21st.
21st.
Yeah, 21st. No, I get it. Once he started explaining it, it was the 20th.
But look, this
But
is my argument to that side. I won't use no names, but I have older family members, males in particular. Like, I've seen them show respect to a white man just because of the times. Like, it's not intentional,
Yeah,
but they
yeah, I
grew
feel
up
you.
in the 40s and 50s. They were born in the 40s. You know what I'm saying? So they were born in the 40s, raised in the 50s and 60s, where I don't know if they live in fear per se. I wouldn't say fear, but they live in a thing where you gotta respect the white man, because if you disrespect them, your lives in jeopardy. So when I say we're not our ancestors, I don't mean it from a physicality respect. I
Hmm.
mean it as in, we'll pop off without thinking about respecting them. Versus our grandparents and our older parents, they'll be partially hesitant because the laws are still
not my
designed to
mama.
protect. Well, yeah, not, but at the same time, your mom of that generation was probably born 65 to 75,
Yeah,
towards the end of it.
yeah.
Versus our grandparents were born in the generation of the 40s,
My
where
Hey, look, my grandma was born in 36, and she ain't like
But
white
no,
folk.
I appreciate you, Roy, for unpacking that, because oftentimes it gets tripped up as if, like, black people in this country have been passive for all these years. Kanye doubling down on slavery was a choice. Like, yeah, slavery was a choice, because Joe Rogan held his
Sounds like
hand to make sure he said that shit.
sounds like a choice to me. What?
and that's
Yeah,
and that's and
but
that's and that's the
but the
thing.
thing
At the
is,
same time, though,
yeah,
I don't think it's. I damn sure don't agree that slavery was a choice, but I do believe, and this gonna probably go a little too far, so I'll edit it a little bit. But
Please do, because I'm not.
they tried to teach it as if slavery was the right thing.
who taught that?
The
No,
motherfucking
I wouldn't
slave
say
masters.
I wouldn't say they teach it as slavery was the right thing. I want to say they teach it as slavery was a necessary
Necessary means.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Correct.
like a
I mean,
necessary
no,
evil.
not right for us. It was never right for us. But I'm saying, when those first groups of Africans were brought over, yes, they were enslaved, but the masters and owners, from my understanding and my research and studies, they tried to make it seem as if this was a necessary thing for the world to be successful. So they, in a way, they kind of manipulated it. Hey, we're empowering you to work for us, but at the same time, we're ripping you of all your freedoms.
Nah. I mean, like, I guess that's one interpretation of it. But I mean, most of them niggas knew they was wrong when they was doing it. Like, even the like, the American
No,
Revolution,
I didn't
where
say
they
they
like,
didn't. I know they were wrong, but they're manipulating the workers to try to make them feel like it's
I get what you're saying.
no, you didn't,
Roy's
you didn't. Mm-mm.
Roy's
Well,
saying on a mental level between the slave master and the slave, it's more of a hey, you need me more than I need you thing
I
versus
mean, you gotta realize,
it's
I
like
doubt it. I
is it
doubt it.
nah.
From
is it
maybe some of them, maybe some
hey,
plantations, but
SP, SP, SP,
majority.
SP, you loud. Like
I think we all loud.
no, SP
And
literally pissed.
maybe the majority of plantations weren't like. Maybe some plantations were like that. I think majority of them weren't like that. I think what Rory is saying is more or less you're controlling on a manipulative level. I feel like the other plantations were more of controlling on a fear factoring level.
Yeah. No, I feel you in the sense like I don't think it was particularly like cudgel, like, oh, this is the best for your best.
What the fuck does that mean?
You said cuckold. We ain't into that.
No.
We ain't into that. No.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening. It's just not working right now. I think my mic is wrong. What is it? I don't even know what these things are.
Wow.
Yo,
I said cajole. I'm
No.
sure.
This boy said
What does cajole mean?
Let me get to my my Google real quick. The point is,
I want to know what the word means first.
all right, it is a real word.
How do you spell it?
He was using it in context, so I get it.
So cajole means cajole spells CAJOLE. Meaning it's a verb meaning to persuade someone to do something by sustained, coaxing, or flattering.
No, I never was doubting you. I'm just not aware of that vernacular. So I was trying to learn so I could keep up with the conversation.
My bad. But essentially, like, I don't think it like is mind games, but it's also we got to keep in mind the physical abuse, torture, rape, murder, mutilation. Yeah. I mean, like when you see that happening to your partner, you're like, you know what? Let me not get my nuts chopped off today, and let me figure out another way to fight these motherfuckers.
Let me not lose my nuts today.
Today's not a good day to have my nuts cut.
So, like, I think people survived, not necessarily say, "Oh, I'm just gonna be passive and this is cool." It's like, no, we're gonna survive for another day, and ultimately, we got what we have now. So
I'm with you. I don't think the mindset probably changed. I'm a misquote because I know history is probably a little wrong here. Harriet Tubman wasn't the first, I'm sure, but as far as to have an underground railroad type situation, but I believe the slave situation, the mindset couldn't change until the North won the Civil War because they didn't have anywhere to go.
I mean, maybe we should table this for another day.
They could have always went west.
Because this could take up the whole show, but
when you say that though, hold on, Sam. Not say how can they? I don't think they know how to go west.
How do they know how to go north? Same thing. Like that's the thing about running away.
Yeah, you're right, Cal. Because a bunch of like enslaved people, when they got free, like they were able to, they ran off and hooked up with the natives.
Yeah,
but thank you for correcting that. Thank you.
Some of them took them in. But, yeah,
but they did that. They did that after the North was established, and they knew that was a place to go.
People was running all the time, man. People was running all the time. That's why there are black people in Canada, like who are like Canadians in Canada who are black. I mean, like people got out of there in whatever way or fashion. Everybody could not. That's why they had Fugitive Slave Law Act. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's that's all deep and well. But
I'm still with Malcolm though.
Speaking of getting out of there with your lady, sometimes you got to get out of there.
Okay, all right. I was like, where's this going?
You're right about that. Talk about some civil wars.
Indeed, it's very. Slavery. Hopefully, it doesn't become a civil domestic dispute. But yeah, fighting with your lady is one of the topics that we stumbled upon this week. So, hypothetical situation. You and your lady get in an argument, and you decide to not speak to her, communicate with her, however you would like to phrase it, for 2.5 days. So, roughly, 72 hours or, 50 something. How do you handle that? How do you think that she will handle that?
Oh,
what do you think her reaction is?
My bad. The way the question was posed, I thought it was she ain't talked to you for 2 days. Because that's how the question was posed, right?
So I'll set it. I'll set the stage because actually this happened to me just last week.
Hold up. Pause.
Hold on, Sap.
Are we sure this is the avenue that we want to go?
Oh, she don't listen to no podcast. It's cool.
All right, this is gonna be the one episode she listens to.
Yeah,
Are you sure? Before
Yeah,
you
she
keep
got it.
going, brother. Hey, brother. Before you keep going, are you sure?
I know my lady well enough to put a seed in her. She don't listen to no podcast.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
I would respond to that, but I'll wait on that too.
Hold on a second. I'll be back.
So essentially, the way this popped up was I got busy here in Nashville. I'm doing stuff. I'm running around. Bop bop bop. Next thing you know, it's 2 days. I'm like, oh man, I ain't hit up my people. So she ended up calling me on the third day, midway through the day. So I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, hey, what's up? You ain't call me. You ain't text me. You didn't call me to check on your son, and a little tear like swelled up in her face. I'm like, yo, my bad. And she said, you can't use the excuse that you're busy. I'm like, what? That is the excuse. So I don't know what else you want me to do. So she's
Never
mad.
busy.
So she's mad, and we don't talk for maybe another two days or so. So I'm just curious, like, man, how do y'all handle that situation? I know how I handled it. It's handled. But when that pops up, what's y'all strategy?
All right. So the way I took that question, I was a little heated. Now, when you give me the situation, a little bit different. It's your fault. So, but I'm gonna give you that. No, just being real with him. No. But the way you pose that question, this is literally my answer. I must be single, and she just didn't tell me if she ain't talked to me in 2.5 days. That was my answer. I'm single, and she didn't know. I must be for the streets because she ain't tell me. She just didn't tell me yet.
That's crazy.
She was trying to write up a draft or something so I can sign off on it, saying for the streets. But originally when that question was posed, but now in your specific situation, yeah, if you were busy and you didn't hit them up because things got busy and all that stuff like that, and she was mad about it. I'm a very understanding person in a relationship, so I will understand her feelings towards it. Even if I was busy, I should have took the time off. Maybe if I'm sitting on the toilet or something, I could be thinking about y'all, hitting y'all up or something. Because it's 24 hours in a day, and probably woke about 18 of them on a bad day. But I can find a little bit of time, possibly. I would apologize for it, and I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. But yeah, I was a little upset reading the question in the first place. I'm like, I'm single. What are you talking about? If you talk to me in 2.5 days, I'm single. But yeah, in your situation, I would definitely apologize and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Nixon, you gonna hop in or?
Man, so yeah, it's crazy. I was actually
He says crazy.
I was crazy.
Would you say nothing, Chuck? Would you say nothing, Chuck?
I was similar situation a couple weeks ago, and it was actually me, but I was just at a point where I ain't had nothing to say. Like I knew if I said what I was thinking, it wasn't clear, so it was gonna be wrong. So I just had to dial it back because I was mad about some shit that happened. But I will say, is easier to not talk when you live together versus not talk when you're not near each other.
Yep.
Because if you don't talk when you're not near each other, anything can go about. But when you live together, you can kind of get away with not talking in a sense. You still got to have some conversation, but I can let you know I don't really feel like talking right now. But at the end of the day, as long as we get in that bed, then we both know we still here. Now, I definitely, I'll say it all the time. If we not like living with each other and we not around each other, and I don't hear from you in 48 hours, I'm single. But
hey, Roy, you gonna leave me hanging up?
come on,
you gonna leave me hanging up?
The virtual pound.
For the listeners, yeah, that was a virtual pound.
Yeah, but if you live together, that 48 kind of go to whenever because you're still around the person. But
You still pay bills.
Yeah, you're still there. You're communicating non-verbally. But at the same time, sometimes it's just better to not say anything. In my case, in that particular time, it was better not to say nothing because I got a smart mouth. So I might say something smart, and I'll mean it, but at the same time, it's
Innocently
not
joking.
yeah, exactly. It's not the best thing for me to say.
Yeah.
So it was best for me to dial it back a little bit and just stay in my little space until I was able to communicate my issues. Because if I come at you when I'm first thinking about it, yeah, I mean, yeah, ain't necessarily always gonna come out how you want to hear it. So I get it, but at the same time, I do think now if the roles are reversed, because this time it was my fault we didn't talk, but it wasn't necessarily my fault that the reason we didn't talk. If she come with an argument, I depending on my mood, sometimes I try to discuss it right away, but I don't always know how I'm gonna respond. So sometimes I just gotta shut up and take it.
Yeah, because the last thing you said last time before the commercial break last show, we don't need to have any type of quick actions. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not a violent person, but I will my mouth bad. Like I'm quick with the you know what I mean, I'm quick with the Yah-I-Means. Like I'll say some shit and then
What
I'll
the
feel
me?
damn, and the thing is, you don't necessarily mean it, but you mean it to be. It's a hurtful thing to say at the time, but you don't necessarily mean it to happen.
It's funny you say that because I do gotta be careful at times too because sometimes what I'm first thinking is not the best thing to say, but it's not also a lie or bad thing to say. For example,
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
No,
I
no,
don't know about
no,
no,
the, I don't know
no,
about the
no,
last, very
no,
last part.
no. No example. No examples. You know your girl, but no.
All right, I'll say this. I agree 1,000% on what you said, Roy, in terms of if you're living with your girl and this occurs, then you have leeway. There's a certain leverage that you have in terms of like getting away with it per se. If you don't live with your girl, you're not getting away with that one. Like it's honestly, she probably gonna hit you up after 24 hours. She's not even gonna let it get to that point. More than likely. I mean, I'm not speaking from personal experience or anything, but yeah,
That's what you heard. That's
hey,
what the streets told you that.
check y'all phones in like 0.2 seconds.
yeah. That's how that happened. Um, because my girl, we got into a bit of a
Oh man. Hey, Roy. This kind of works out, right? This kind of works out.
yeah. But it's too many secrets. Too many secrets.
Hey,
But nah. So
in my
you
mind, that's
know,
where I be at. That
Oh,
conversation. I
as
just
far
feel
as far as me, um, I had a disagreement I had with my lovely Nubian queen.
that's normal.
yes.
That's normal.
What I did is, per the name Ghost, I kind of went ghost on her for about 18 hours. So
You didn't even hit 24.
when I
Sound like yo, you
he kept.
slacking.
Hey,
72 over here, fam.
he wanted
Nah,
to
I
be
mean,
high in the tank.
this was a situation that happened. This was a situation that happened in the afternoon. So early midday.
So 8 of those
I
hours don't count.
realized,
You asleep.
huh?
No, I'm joking. Can I say 8 of those hours don't count? You asleep.
No, no. Uh, I realized like, damn. Well, I should hit her up, talk to her, because I'm definitely at my base level now, so I can communicate on what I was disgruntled about. And she felt some type of way in terms of me just going quote unquote ghost. So I understood that and I adjusted myself accordingly. So I would say more or less it's on your partner. I think communication is one of the most important things when it comes to relationships, period. Doesn't matter if it's an
Is
intimate
the
relationship or not.
Big
So
facts.
um
I'm
I
just
would
tripping that y'all
say,
allowed to argue.
huh?
I'm tripping y'all allowed to argue, man. That's crazy.
We allowed to argue.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean,
What you doing?
I don't really argue, to be honest with you. I'm either right or I'm wrong, and then I'm either gonna talk to you or I'm not.
No,
Which I
no, see,
learned isn't really the greatest way to approach a situation like that. You should allow your partner to know that you're not ready to speak right now, and get your time to grieve or whatever, and come back and have a more
you and your
healthy
bag.
conversation.
All right, Yana Van Zant SP.
Your time.
Damn, you and your
Save me,
bag.
SP. SP save me. What is the show
Ah.
called?
Hey, now look, the crazy part is though, me arguing is the safest thing because that kind of mean I care. It mean I care a lot actually, because it took me a lot. It took me. I'm 29, dog. It took me 26 years to learn how to argue because for the longest, when you wanted to argue with me, I leave.
Oh,
It's over.
I was wondering what you did before.
I would
Yeah.
just leave. I had no reason to stay. If we started to argue, that was not a space that I needed to stay in. And I'm not talking about just leave, like I want to hang out. No, I'm talking
Yo, I
about
pack my bags up and I go. I leave. But no, my thing is, I don't know, because I don't argue though. So it's kind of weird,
now
like hearing y'all.
but you different though. Now you different.
I don't even know where you're going
You
with that.
different.
It's probably a lie.
No, it's 100% true. I can see you ignoring a motherfucker for goddamn 6 months, nigga.
If I ignore somebody for 6 months, we're not talking.
No, that's what I'm saying. You are the one out of all of us. If anybody's willing to do it, if she made you mad enough and you stop responding, it's over with. Because you will not text back.
I'm not gonna argue, but I don't argue. I just say how I feel and just keep it moving.
Exactly, but you won't. She could send you 3 paragraphs and you'll look at it and say, "Oh, all right," but won't respond.
Oh, all right.
I've evolved. No, I've
All right,
evolved.
all right, all right.
I'll evolve.
Word.
I will calmly respond to everything that you said, sentence by sentence. I even break it up in spaces. I'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way." Space. All
Point one.
right.
See?
I
That
just
boy,
feel like you're kind of overreacting in this matter because I did not say that in this way. But I'd be so calm about it. But I mean, I don't know. Like arguing to me, I feel like I never really. I guess because I came up around all women, like my mom, my grandma, my sisters. It was never really nothing ever really got to me as much. Like after living with them and hearing them like fuss and stuff like that. Like, there's nobody that can get to me that really is gonna make me want to argue back with you at that point.
that's hey, bro. Now that you said that, you know what I'm saying, I got a little space. Listen,
Okay.
that is the honest to God truth. So, my grandma, my mom, and my aunt was like the main women around my life. So I've always been around them.
Yeah.
And being growing up around them, like my grandpa, I've never seen my grandpa argue with any of them. And he is the man of the house. But at the same time, as I got a little older, I asked him, I said, bro, how do you do it? And he said, listen, at the end of the day, they just want to say what they got to say. That don't necessarily change how I'm going to
Yo, hold on, cause like
This OG.
Man, I'm in this bitch looking for a trophy right now. God damn, hold up.
y'all done heard this nigga. He don't talk much. So when he giving you that, when he gave me that, I was probably 25, 26 when I got that out of him. He finally thought I was old enough to handle that kind of conversation.
he was like,
And
it's
listen,
time. It's time.
it's time. Yeah, I bought a couple Yah-I-Means to the crib, so they met.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
met the so when that whoop de whoop, it was time. And
oh
when he said
man,
that, it made sense. I'm like, all right, just let her get her shit off, and then handle it how you need to handle it. But it still took me
right.
another couple of years to get to that point. So now I don't argue. I let her get her shit off. But when her shit is done, then I come back and let you know how I feel about the situation. And you can move how you want to, but this is how I feel about it. But
Yeah,
it
I
took
Yeah.
me
mean,
a while because I used to get all mad and shit, and I just say, fuck it, I'm gone. You know what I mean? Then catch a Southwest. Couldn't afford nothing else, so I was on Southwest with it.
you can't leave the whole state so you won't argue. That's crazy.
Mhm.
And that's money. But no, I mean for
Mental
real,
health.
like just hearing like coming up. I'm gonna say this in closing. It just coming up hearing my sisters argue, and you just hearing that side when they arguing with their little friends and stuff like that. I'm like, ain't no woman ever gonna talk to me like that, and I'm gonna be cool with it. So I try to go through my whole time not trying to doing anything that I know will piss me off to the point where you're gonna have to react that way. So if you going off on me, that's your issue, man. Like
Oh, hey,
that's
but
something that you did.
they say you don't care and you insensitive when you do that.
They
It's
do though.
crazy that
And that's
yeah.
fine. Like I'm not gonna sit there and get my blood pressure up. You know,
Hey, it's the wildest shit, bro. You see 15 Instagram posts from her about mental health and protecting your peace and all this shit. You actually protect my peace, and I get mad about it. I don't get it. Like, what am I supposed to do?
It's aspirational. It's
Crazy,
aspirational.
bro.
But no,
Shout
I
out to
definitely
what's buddy name? Shout out to him.
I definitely agree with y'all. I don't argue. You know, I may make points and then just leave it at that
I'll calmly talk, but
and
I
say
don't
that,
break.
hey man, we just disagree here and we gonna have to come back. I have gotten into the space where it's like, look, you wrong for this. Like I used to never do that, but I'm like, hey man, this one is on you. Like, 'cause I know
You're wrong for this.
I'm gonna let it slide, but
Hey,
you wrong.
hey,
like
hey, speaking of sap arguments, can y'all imagine the vocabulary in their arguments?
You're like, babe, you're being very insensitive right now. You're being very insensitive. You know, I understand, but you're being very inconsiderate of
Hey,
this.
nah. You said it's sensitive, nigga. They using like double syllables and
The
shit.
atrocity that you
I'm
brought
just,
onto
I was
this
like,
dialogue is just.
I'm just tired of you have weird idiosyncrasies, and you piss me off. Like, what?
Ooh, they in their bag.
I appreciate y'all for putting me on that level. Maybe one day I'll graduate to be Eric Dyson,
Eric Michael
Eric
Dyson.
Jerome, Eric
Well,
Dyson.
first you have to be
Maybe
light
You
I'll
could
skinned.
be
get
Rob.
one
You
day.
could be Rob Lowe.
You gotta be light skinned and wavy first.
Hey man,
Hey,
hey, slide me
you
some
could
of
be
that
Rob
cream
Lowe,
then.
though. You could
Give
get
it,
on that Google.
give us some of that Charlemagne cream. But moving on.
Speaking of that Charlemagne cream, hope it don't cost too much.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm about to get that Tory Lanez hair transplant.
Oh, we can't talk about him. Remember, we might get canceled.
Oh, no.
So I'm messing
Hey,
with
they
Oh,
charged him, so he going to jail now.
oh,
I
he
was like,
charged?
you. Charged on me going to jail, man. You still gotta go to court.
well, if your
Oh,
shorty,
he got
if
crazy.
your shorty bought you that, then you bought her that expensive weave, right?
Fuck.
Maybe
I
a
mean,
Birkin, whatever that is.
Hey, man, you gotta remember we on video. My man said, hit her with
No,
the.
what we're alluding to right now is basically we're going to talk about our feelings towards women wanting to have very expensive and lavish things, but not being able to reciprocate. Um, One, do you think it's fair? Two, what's your take on it? I'll go ahead and start this off because mine is very short and straight to the point. Feel like
Okay.
no. Hey,
relationships give and take.
Hold on. Repeat that question because you went by that so fast.
Oh, which part? The whole thing or just the
hey, stop. It don't matter what he say. His answer is gonna be no.
probably? Yeah. Well, no. My question, though, I mean, not my question. My statement here: relationships are, to me, a give and take thing. If one person is giving more, specifically the man, that makes you like a sponsor or something like that. And if I want to sponsor somebody, I would sponsor like a child in the Special Olympics or something. I'm not going to sit there and take care of you if you can't take care of yourself. So my thing is for like the topics that we talk about, like Birkin bags and all that type of stuff. First of all, ain't none of us making that much money to be out there comfortably buying those bags. For one.
Mm-mm.
Secondly, if you asking for that and you can't buy it yourself, that's why I have my problem. If you're asking for that, or even if you're asking for that and you can't, let's say if I get you a bag for your birthday and you can't reciprocate something of the same amount for my birthday, even though I'm not that type of guy, I feel like there's a problem if you're asking for these things that we don't normally do. We're like he about to make a joke.
Because if I see Cal buy a Birkin, I know God can.
I must say Delano ain't tell nobody because yeah.
Maybe at the crossroads.
Hey, what time y'all trying to go see Jesus? But
she got to be living in the crib. I'm talking about when we pull up, she opening the door, nigga.
hey y'all, you SP right?
It's no other way.
Let me guess, you're sad. You're Roy.
It's
I heard
no
about
other
you.
way.
Yeah, I mean, she scrubbing this nigga back, like rubbing his throat, like
Hey, she's squatting them on the rack.
Oh,
Squatting them on the rack.
She's spotting. I got you. You cleaned it up. But no. But no, really though, that's my take though. Like for real, like the thing is, like these women getting caught up with all these rappers talking about do this, do that, and it's crazy because women get more influenced by female rappers than men do by male rappers. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But my thing,
influenced me too though.
this nigga, but they influence you in a different way. But
right.
But no, my thing with that though, it's like outside of all this rapping and the Birkin bags and all that stuff, you got to think about what times we're living right now. It's 2020. Women are allowed to work. It is not the 40s, 30s, 20s when they cannot work.
Allowed to work out.
No, that's what I'm saying. That no. I'm saying that for a point. I'm not trying to come off like a misogynist. Women are allowed to work. So for you to ask a man to pay your rent just because he dating you, I see that as a problem. Why should a man have to pay your rent in order to date you?
Niggas do that.
Apparently, that's what they talk about.
I've never that's what Meg said at one point in time.
I guess I don't know.
But look, you can work. You should not have to rely on a nigga. I'm sorry. You should be able to go make your own money.
Yeah.
If somebody want to gift you, they can gift you, but you should not have a nigga paying your telephone bill because you want him to pay your telephone bill.
Yeah. Like I get it. I understand the tricking of it, but at the same time, I think in a real society, I get the rich niggas doing that type of shit. They got money to blow. But like regular niggas,
they use it as a tax write off.
Yeah, because it's a business expense. I don't know if pussy's a business expense, but I feel like they can write it off somehow.
Oh, they say gifts and donations, charitable gifts.
Strip clubs is. But like, so for my case, I'll use me for example. I don't think I'm rich by no means. I'm poor actually, but
on paper.
From time to time, I spoil my girl, but at the same time, we gotta. She lives a more expensive life than I live, so it costs me more living with her than it would if I lived by myself, because I'm still not gonna make her pay for everything. Like you know what I'm saying? We split. Well, no, we don't split everything, but we split a lot of things. I wish we split everything, but like for her birthday, I bought her a Louis bag. I mean, it was alright. It was nice. But at the same time, I know when it come for me, when my you know what I'm saying, we going on a trip for my birthday. So we going December.
But you gonna buy you some Stacey Adams?
No. Hey, her ass be single.
Hey, you need at least a Louis belt. That's what you need, Louis belt.
I'm a fair nigga, bro. I got her the bag.
Ferragamo wallet, something.
Nah, she taking. We going to Mexico.
Ferragamo wallet.
Like it's trade offs though.
It's give and take.
Yeah, it's give and take. But at the same time, I can understand. It's okay to spoil your woman, but
that's the key though. Your girl, not just girls out here literally saying pay my rent or you can't be with me.
They ain't nothing but trouble.
You can't smash unless you buy me a bag.
And they ain't up to no good.
You gotta buy a drink. Cause my girl just thought it was the wildest thing when she said, "You don't buy girls drinks." I said, "No, I don't have to pay for you to talk to me."
Exactly. If you don't want to talk to me, you don't. Yeah, I'm not incentivizing you to talk to me.
Now, if we got a section and you come get a drink of that, yes. But best believe I split that section with 4 or 5 of my niggas. But I'm not buying you a drink. Baby, I don't have to pay for no conversation.
Look,
And she just thought that was the wildest thing.
if I'm married, like all these things go out the window because why? We are sharing an income.
No, I ain't gonna front you. I don't know about that either.
Hey, look, no, I wouldn't mind buying you a bag or something like that. If we sharing the income, when we splitting bills down, or I'm not putting everything out, and I'm living like how I'm living right now, and I'm married. I will have extra. I will have extra money to buy you a nice bag. It won't just
You
be like,
rich, you rich now. If you had somebody to pay a couple bills, you'd be rich.
nah, man, chill out.
You lie to
Well,
me.
Roy, this begs a question. How many Louis bags is this for her now? Because you don't just pop off with the first. Oh, let me get you this Louis bag.
It's not a
It's your
starter
first
bag.
one. It seems like
Oh no,
she already got.
nah, this the first one. So look, so this my thing.
Stop
Seb
the
isn't
quiver.
convinced. He
No,
isn't
hey,
convinced.
hey, that's relatively thoughtful if that's something that she likes. You know what I'm
He
saying?
said wealthy niggas do wealthy things.
I knew she would appreciate that gift for her birthday. But the year before, we took a bunch of trips.
Yeah,
But it's beneficial because I get something out them trips too. Now this bag, I don't think she wears it enough. I need to see this shit at least 4 times a week.
Is it brown, black, or beige, or brown, black, or like what's the other one? Burgundy,
he said,
whatever.
"What's the color?
It's three colors that women
How
love.
how versatile is
Brown
this
beige.
bag?"
Yeah.
It's the brown beige one. The I got my
Oh, that's like the everyday junk.
Okay. All right.
yeah. I need because I be telling
Hey,
her
SP, is that what one?
Every day.
That's what she need to be wearing it then. So I'm saying, I'm joking. I'm joking.
she be
If you listen to this, I'm joking.
I be serious as fuck. She be about to go out and I see her grab another bag. You that one. That one. You know what I'm saying? If I find it and they got a comment in it, I need to see it every day.
Appreciate you. Gotta hit her with appreciate you.
And she hit me with the, well, I don't want to wear this around certain people. No, nigga, you wear that every day.
What that taser that came with it?
She might be right, man. She might be right because if she wears it around to certain people and that cuts, like, let's say it cuts down half the amount of times that she wears it, then that's probably gonna give her maybe 2 more years on it.
No, that
At
bag costs
least.
at least 20.
Oh,
At least
you saying every day wear is supposed to still be at least 20.
at least 20. We wear that bag.
Hey, bro, you better not buy her no shoes, man. You're gonna be severely disappointed.
Hey, I ain't go to Ross with
Red bottoms.
listen. I went to the store for this bag. She need to goddamn take that bag in the shower with her. Goddamn
In the shower though.
it.
Roy
Listen,
said, "Wear the bag to the logos rub off."
and you feel me? And then when the logos wear off, we gonna get a Mexican to stitch them back on and wear that bitch some more.
Okay. On that note, anybody else see anything to say, or we going to commercial break?
Nah, let's go find that Mexican and we can come back.
Oh man.
Okay, Anchor. Thanks for that ad. Y'all don't be breaking us off, but it's all good. NBA news.
About that, son, I'm joking.
Well, I might have told a little bit of a tale there, but NBA news. We got Klutch Sports making the news again.
No relation. No relation.
No relation at
Oh, to
all.
the podcast, huh?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, ma.
Well, if Roy got going on, I don't know, but no relation
They
to the
spell it.
podcast.
They spell it with the KKK. But anyways,
Mm.
Klutch Sports. It was an anonymous speaker who had a lot to say on their impact in the NBA, in the state of California, and how they're impacting the Players Association, the league, and their representation.
Since Roy want to take pictures.
Uh, one of the quotes was, "It's illegal for a player, particularly if you're in the state of California, to be licensed to represent talent." Um, this anonymous spokesperson went on to say that Rich Paul and LeBron are treating the league like AAU, in terms of their ability to recruit players, represent players, and so forth. They also went to say that Klutch Sports probably has about 5 to 6 players who have quote unquote massive casualties in terms of the contracts and the opportunities that weren't taken advantage of in regards to that. So it's kind of looking at Klutch Sports and the imprint that they've had on the NBA. Do you guys think that these allegations could be potentially true, or is this another hater of LeBron coming out of the woodworks?
Haters gonna hate.
Still nigga.
Okay.
But what Roy says all the time, two things could still be true.
No, it's 100% true. They are manipulating the market, but they aren't the first. Jordan's agent did it. Kobe's agent did it, who happens to be the GM of the Lakers now, Rob Pelinka,
With no experience.
with no experience.
And all his teams have been trash.
The reason they hate it, as always, is because a colored boy is doing it. But it's definitely no. They call him a colored boy. They don't say man. They call him a colored boy. But
you speaking from the perspective of
yeah. But what they're doing is definitely is good business, but it's a little eh. But I'm not mad at them because they're only people can say they're cheating the athletes, but in reality, I'll use Anthony Davis for example. If they didn't do what they did to get him out of New Orleans, Anthony Davis would never had a title.
Never would have made it.
Never. So they manipulated it. Yes, it helps LeBron, but he's always been criticized for giving back to the younger players. So all he's doing is empowering more players. This nigga has given more rings to random players than anybody in NBA history. Like literally, like
you said random rings to random.
Oh, Dwight got a ring because of LeBron. Like Dwight was a Hall of Fame basketball player, but he wasn't an NBA champion.
How about say, damn, why you gotta be a random player?
I mean, all right, Kyrie.
Kyle Kuzma. No.
Let me
Kyle
reframe.
Kuzma. Keep it
Damn.
Roy. Let me reframe what you said, Roy. Essentially, players who everybody else who's putting together a championship team would have wrote off like, oh, we don't want Dwight Howard. He's trash, or he's washed up, or he's crazy. LeBron's like, nah, that's my guy. Bring him on the squad. He gonna contribute to us getting the ring. Even Shaq and the Fool guy, what's his name?
McGee.
The fool shacking the fool. Jesus Christ. Jesus
My
Christ.
man.
Hey, yo. He's a NBA champion, Seth. I will not allow you to do that to him.
He was a champion before LA, though. He wanted to go to state.
Big facts.
All right.
He said, "Fool guy."
He said, okay.
He said, all right.
Hey, but Contavious Pope. You know what I'm saying?
No, just Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma.
Who's about to eat off this ring for a minute?
Hell, Pope gonna get a big contract because of the playoff run.
Hey, but who's Pope? Who's Pope played? Who's he signed to?
Oh, Klutch. He signed the Klutch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But as far as for that though, I mean, his I believe his finals was trash. But hey. But
I mean, he was the step-in third guy every couple of games. You know, they had a rotating third man. You know,
Rondo really should get paid.
who is he signed to?
He signed the Klutch? I was about to say, damn.
The whole Lakers assigned the Klutch.
It's damn near half of them, though.
Yeah.
but no, I feel you, Roy. Like, it's just somebody hating. Like, they want none of this when Rob Pelinka had Kobe and different people manipulate. One nobody agents and what they were doing was invisible until.
But that's the game. Like, as an agent, your job is to get one player hot, and then everyone else signs with you because you got that one player hot. Like Jordan's agent. I don't know his name, but I remember I looked it up prior to these notes. I just was curious. He had like 8 or 9 players after Jordan just because of Jordan. Like, niggas signed with you based on what you did with that one breakout player. So
David Falk.
Yeah. So like in LeBron's case, Klutch is gonna be here. What's his name? What's Buddy name?
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. Rich Paul is a good agent. He was smart. Now I give Rich Paul credit though because he monopolized a lot of shit and he leveraged it with LeBron. But at the same time, he's still managing these guys. And you'll have some articles that'll say guys lost money here and there. They may have lost a couple dollars, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not losing a contract.
Hey, look, I beg to differ. The whole Marcus Morris situation last summer. But before I get to that, everybody that signed with Klutch Sports, they have crazy contracts. John Wall contract is terrible for the Wizards. I think Ben Simmons' contract is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Because he's always hurt. I think Lonzo just signed to them too, but he's we don't know what he's going to do.
Big Ball.
Lonzo signed the Klutch. That's
I believe
crazy.
Lonzo Ball signed the Klutch.
Shit,
but it's
Melo
like
signed the
when you
Let me throw that in there. Just, Rock Nation.
Shout
Shout out to your people. Shout out to your people.
I was gonna get to that in a second, but but if you go look at the breakdown of who's on Klutch Sports, everybody's pretty much buddy with LeBron, right? Which is again, it's gonna happen. If you down with somebody, you gonna pretty much probably be cool with them. But at the same time, when you say these players don't lose money, I brought up the Marcus Morris situation because that was kind of fishy there, right? So if y'all not familiar with it, Marcus Morris is considered the good Morris twin. That's the one who played with Boston, SP's team. But he was a free agent last summer.
Who he played for now?
He plays for the Clippers now. But the thing is, he was a free agent. He had two contracts. Well, he had a contract on the table with the Spurs. I think it was,
and then the Knicks.
2 years. Yeah, it was 2 years. I think 2 years. No, 4 years, $40 million or something like that. Like 25 guaranteed up front. It was like some weird contract. But then the Knicks wanted to give him like 1 year for 25. But if you know anything about what was going on with the Knicks, they had like 5 power forwards on the team already. How many small forwards on the team already? That's 5 is more than, well, it's almost half of your team. Pretty much all being the same position. It's not going to be smart. But in that whole situation, it came out, I don't know if it's true or not, but it came out right before he left Klutch Sports that he was told not to sign with the Clippers, who actually had a good deal for him on the table too. So the Clippers had, I forgot, they never said that amount, but the Clippers allegedly had a good deal on the line before they signed PG and Kawhi officially. But they had a good deal on the table for him. But he ended up signing to New York and ended up getting traded for and getting to the Clippers anyway. But my thing is kind of fishy that if he was really told not to sign with the Clippers, and you know how the NBA talks, so niggas knew that Kawhi was probably going to go there. So it's kind of like, did you purposely tell him not to go to a direct competitor of LeBron? That's where my mind went because him and his brother left and went to Right Nation Sports at that point. Once everybody started signing. So my thing is, I don't know if there's any kind of funny stuff going on behind the scenes. In that case, because like I read an article saying that a lot of the players got terrible contracts. As far as like Nerlens Noel, I think, and I forgot who the other person was. But that Marcus Morris situation kind of sticks out to me. Kind of like one of your better players who weren't like locked into a contract had a good deal from a direct competitor, possibly, and told him not to take it. So, that's a little fishy to me.
Speculative.
Yeah.
Speculative.
I mean, I agree with you, Kyle. That it's a little, you know what I mean? It's like, but 1 year 25 is better than anything the Clippers was giving him.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's trying to win.
He is trying to. I give you that. I mean, and don't get me wrong.
And anyway, he ended up with the Clippers anyway.
If that's the case, I don't blame Rich Paul. You still got to make sure the king is happy.
Exactly. That's
So
that's the whole point.
I don't listen. You can say what you want. I don't think they're wrong, but I do. They're handling business the right way, in how I look at it.
How do you look at it?
In your mind, business is being handled.
Business is being handled. You taking care of the king, but you also making sure other pieces are getting paid. But because these guys don't have to sign with Klutch, they can sign with whoever they want. But I also
they got to sign.
I believe Rich Paul probably takes a little less than what other agents take. if I don't know the contracts, but I'm willing to bet you that his percentage is a little less because he's tied in with so much other business they can do.
Hey, look, all I gotta say for all y'all basketball players that don't want your CEO all up on Sports Center, all up on First Take, go to Right Nation Sports.
When you see hold on, you're not gonna do my man. You're not gonna do my man Rich like that. You ain't seen Rich all up in
CEO.
the videos. You ain't seen Rich all up
LeBron.
in the videos.
We know.
We're not gonna disrespect Rich Paul, bro. That man is the number one agent in the NBA right now.
Definitely the most popular. I mean, like, the way you describe
what would LeBron be without Rich Paul? That's all I'm saying.
Doing the same thing probably with a white man.
Debatable. We don't know that. Without Rich Paul, we saw a man 18, didn't know his dad, never cheated on his wife, raised 3 kids, and be the staple of the NBA. 17
all
years.
18?
17 years.
But LeBron, Rich Paul was his agent for his first contract. You know that, right?
Yeah, it was Rich Paul had to get on first, but LeBron got him on because he knew he was going to be the reason to his success.
I was about to say he got put on. He had to get put on.
Hey, LeBron ain't win a ring until Rich Paul was his agent. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You know how people be like, you manipulating the facts? Roy, you don't manipulate those facts.
How? Is that not the truth? Is that not the truth?
As you always say, 2 things can be true. That is true.
Debatable.
But
debatable.
That is technically true, but
well, you know what's not debatable?
Quibi is dead.
Correct.
Man, so have y'all heard of Quibi before?
I have.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about Quibi actually. Yeah.
So for the listeners out here who may not be aware, Quibi is a it's a what?
Every stop. I said was, but I was being petty.
Oh well, was. So Quibi was a company supposed to be like a brand new streaming service that was specifically for your phone. So you would stream Quibi on your phone, and it was supposed to be for people who are on the go. So 5 to 10 minute clips and videos. It's supposed to be like premium content and short snippets for people who are commuting or people who are always in their phones, because that's the idea, that people are always in their phones. So Quibi was like, yo, we have a great idea. We're going to be a new streaming service.
Hey, who white man is this explaining this?
He got chill out, man. He in the lab, man.
Hey, boy, you sound like you got on fucking goddamn Sperry's, khakis, and a polo.
That's crazy.
Wow.
He just came at us.
Any of us
Thankfully,
on any given day.
Thankfully, he got on a chain, a t-shirt, and a dad.
That's not a chain, bro. That's a fucking fruit bracelet. That ain't a fucking chain, boy.
Hey man, I got this from the Black Bookstore, son.
Nigga,
the blood of our ancestors.
That nigga got waist beads on his neck.
Oh man!
All right, you got jokes.
My bad. I'm sorry.
We talking about Quibi right now.
I'm sorry.
You gotta chill.
Waist beads. You're right. You don't want to know how I got these waist beads.
What you had to
that's
do?
What you had
to do for the waist beads?
72 hours. Huh? What you been doing for them 72 hours, huh?
Quibi.
What you had the waist beads, cuz?
Quibi stands for quick bite. So
back to
Quibi. My boy said he had to do something strange for a little piece of change, huh?
Yo,
hey, Roy told us, hey, once he gets to the bottom of that cup, it's a wrap.
Edit move. I told you, hey, it is so empty.
Too many bathroom.
Wait a second.
Oh man.
Let me wipe this one down. Oh,
you done ruined your computer.
Oh my God. Where the show at? Where the show go?
Where the
show at? Oh, we still playing? Hey, shout out to Apple. Shout out to Apple and the keyboard covers. I ain't know it was a little drunk laughing now. That bitch got that squirted on my shit. God damn.
Whoa,
Too
pause.
much sauce.
Hey
Too
man,
much
it's too late
sauce.
for that.
Drew, hey,
Too late
it's
for
after
that.
11. I'm SP.
Boy,
Oh
it's
man.
9:04.
I'm the coast. It's after 11, man. It's
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Over there
Somewhere.
Somewhere in the
across
middle
the
of Atlantic,
pond.
it's
Did I
11
get it
o'clock.
cleaned up? I got it cleaned up. We good. All right. I'm sorry.
Back to Quibi though. Back to Quibi though.
Quibi. Shout out to
It's
Quibi.
all good.
Yeah, man, that Quibi.
So
Shout out to Quibi.
anyways, kind of really following up on a pod discussion from one of our previous recent episodes where we're talking about just founders, black founders, and getting funding for startups and entrepreneurial ventures. Quibi miraculously raised, I don't want to say miraculously, but they raised almost $2 billion. And after six months after launching, they shut down and they're done. No quick bites, no streaming service, none of that. That's dead. After raising $2 billion. So I just want to get y'all take on this situation, given that just we're trying to be in tune about how to raise this capital when this one company and apparently listening to some other sources could be they raised this money without having a product in hand. They just said, "Hey, we got this great idea. We know people do these things, and if y'all give us money, we gonna pop it off and pay y'all back." And 6 months later, they're paying people back.
They hit niggas with the hey, trust me, I got it. But it was definitely a short run. The commercials definitely look like there was some shows, not some shows. It was a show with it was like about a heist or something like that. That I was like, dang, that was good, but I'm not going to subscribe for it. Um, I think I
You
think
better than me.
I think the thing I said I'm not going to subscribe to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that, and you proved my point. I think it's a good idea and concept, but I don't see people. I get your market, I get who you're trying to get, but I don't see the everyday person downloading a subscription, like getting a subscription to get a small, quick service. You know what I mean? You got YouTube for that. Like you can do YouTube exclusives. You got Netflix. You're paying for subscriptions already, so I don't think that they had enough there to really get people to maintain. I know they try to bring back Punk, but with Chance the Rapper, it was kind of weird to me.
Oh, word. That's what
But
they
it
try to
was
do.
that was one of their things that they were kind of pushing in advertising, like Punk featuring Chance the Rapper, basically.
Oh, Reno
Um,
911. I heard too.
yeah, it's like it. I get it, but I don't think the market is there for it for what you're trying to do. And then,
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because like the whole idea was that people are always in their phones, and maybe somebody just wants to watch something real quick while they're on the go or waiting in line. So I mean, like it sounds like it could be a great pitch, but
mhm.
in practice, and apparently they did a bunch of things like they you couldn't take a screenshot and share it with like your friends or text it or anything like that or put it on social media.
Shit,
So
you
like they
can't do that.
disabled that feature. You couldn't share it. You couldn't put it on Chromecast. Like they had to have people complain before that actually happened. So it was
Mhm.
just a lot of like conceptual and practical things that apparently weren't taken into account. But hey man, they still got that 2 billion.
Yeah, that's a common practice though, with the screenshots and stuff like that. A lot of companies do that. I know like the File TV app, you can screenshot it, I believe, but you can't really screen record. It'll shut you out. I think pretty much at this point, every app besides YouTube, every streaming app, but YouTube will
Yeah.
let you do some sort of like recording on it. So that's the thing. But it's kind of like you were saying, like it's got to know your market, man. You know, if I'm on my phone, if I want to take a screenshot, what harm does a screenshot do to your business?
Mm,
Exactly. Except share.
it depends if it's a screenshot or if it's a screen record.
Yeah, that's why I said screenshot. He said you can't screenshot and post. Screen
Oh,
record,
it
yes,
was
I get
screen
it.
record too. Yeah.
I was about to say it probably extends to screen recording, which is probably the main issue or danger that they're worried about is the screen recording.
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, I'm not surprised that this kind of. Well, I am a bit surprised. I'll say I'm a bit surprised because of the timing that they had. They dropped during the pandemic, uh, at the very beginning. Um, so me personally, I would have thought that some people that are working from home or who are no longer working and are at home, or people whose situation just changed and they have a lot of extra free time on their hands due to the pandemic, might get into it depending on the programming that they provided. I will say that there wasn't too many interesting programs that they were offering or that I saw via commercials and advertisement that I was like, oh damn, I gotta fuck with Quibi or I gotta subscribe to Quibi. You
Gotta
know what I'm
watch Punk
saying?
with Chance the Rapper, man. So cool.
I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, nah, probably miss it.
Did y'all see the? I think there was a Super Bowl commercial about it too.
Yeah, they
Yeah, nah.
advertise like they. I think they partnered with T-Mobile too. I titled it with Sprint. I think they were kind of doing that too.
But see, the thing is, man, when you get into that streaming service type platform and industry, you gotta kind of have a brand behind you and a name. If not, you have to have a groundbreaking series or program that's going to
Chance
change that
the
platform.
Rapper on Punked. Come on, he's the
You said
coolest guy
what?
ever. No, I was saying Chance the Rapper on Punked. He's the coolest guy ever. Come on. Like literally, that was the first thing I saw about Quibi was Chance the Rapper.
Is he the coolest guy ever?
That
I
must be
feel,
their marketing plan because
I feel sarcasm. Yeah,
yeah, it was
but
definitely a lot of
Oh,
sarcasm.
okay, goddamn.
nah, but yeah, like I mean, even you see with streaming and with programming in general, we're going into a different realm than we've ever been before. So you have companies like Amazon Prime, Netflix. They're trying to curate their own programming to feed that demand, especially because you have a lot of people that are cutting the cord, so to speak, nowadays with technology being as advanced as it is. It's just a competitive. It's definitely a competitive marketplace. I'll say that to say the least. Um, on a company like Quibi trying to enter that marketplace, but doesn't already have foundation in that marketplace. Netflix, people forget, Netflix had foundation. They had
DVDs.
they had a backing. They had a crowd.
Apparently, Netflix was around for like 15 years already.
They had the
Bro, I
DVDs,
was
man.
I was one of thank you. I was one of the original subscribers of Netflix who got the DVDs and had to fucking wait for your movie to come in so that you could actually view it, as opposed to now where you just get on your PlayStation, you just get on your phone, you just get on whatever device that you have that can stream that software, that app to your watching device and watch the shit.
What was it? Rounder
It
Rounder
hasn't
Brown
always been
37?
like that.
That is the best one.
Okay.
That Cherokee D as
Ooh,
and
ooh.
yeah,
Now, hey,
with
that
Pinky,
nigga spitting.
Skinny
That
Pinky,
nigga spitting now.
Skinny, Skinny Pinky.
Ooh,
I got I
Lil
got I got
Wayne,
children.
Lil
I don't
Wayne.
know what these niggas are talking about.
Hey,
ooh,
look,
But
You don't
hey,
know Stray?
Roxy Reynolds. Come on.
ooh. If she ain't nasty, don't at me.
I know not what you speak.
Mama say, Mama sa, Mama fusa.
Mama say, Roxy Reynolds.
That nigga said,
Oh man.
Roxy,
Wow.
ooh.
Not 9 o'clock
Roxy
turned
Reynolds. Somebody add her
not
in this, please.
9 o'clock turned into 11 real
Real
quick.
quick,
Real quick.
real quick. That nigga start drinking real quick.
Man,
But yeah, man, Quibi. I wasn't a huge fan of it coming up, so I'm not surprised at the downfall and the result of that
yeah,
company. So
it's real interesting that you bring that up as far as like their strategy, because I read that their strategy wasn't to market. any content, but the idea. So it wasn't
That
like a
sounds like some rich people
flagship.
stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
a
have an
flagship
idea.
show. They just said, "Oh, LeBron is going to have content. This person will have content. That this person's going to star in this and that." And it's just quick bites, Quibi, quick bites. So it's just like, all right, but uh, apparently that wasn't like they weren't trying to say, "Oh, this show that's amazing," only on Quibi.
Yeah.
That
And
wasn't
that's
their.
that's where we're at. I feel like with streaming, bro. Like we're at a place where either you're offering programming that's premium, that's exclusive to other streaming and programming companies and platforms that you can only get it here. Like Ghost Power Book, you can only get it fucking Showtime. Like that's the
Stars.
only
I mean,
place, or Stars. Yeah, Stars. That's the only place that you're getting it. So you can't go
yeah,
to
you just holding
HBO.
your
You can't
stars.
go to YouTube. Like
Yeah.
there's no other places that you're gonna get that. Um,
Q would say that you can go to certain sites to get it, but he's not here, so
I mean, even if you go to those,
I'm
even
messing
if
with you.
you even, but no, to that point, even if you go to those certain
It's still
sites,
from Stars.
correct, and
It's
a
still
lot of
stolen from Stars.
a lot of platforms are cutting down or putting R&D into eliminating those trolling websites or however you want to identify them as that allow you to get that premium content for free.
They try to
So
get their reparations.
Shout out to OnlyFans.
Okay,
wow,
Roxy Reynolds.
I don't know if
Hey,
she has the
speaking of
OnlyFans,
that,
but
you know Lisa Ray started her OnlyFans.
I did see
Man,
that.
How much?
I don't know, but when I seen the link, I hit the guy that I know that be getting the links, and I said, "Hey, just let me know when you get that one."
But what she be doing up there? Because if she's talking about making grits and spaghetti,
Yeah,
no.
that's what I'm thinking. Like
It
it's gonna
don't
be a cooking show or something.
it don't matter. It don't matter. It's okay. It's okay. She could tell me go to church and we gonna listen.
She was like, now listen, y'all, go to church real
It's
quick.
Lisa now. Hey, I see Twitter was going crazy. They was posting Buddy from what's the movie?
Players
Players
Club.
Club. They was posting Buddy. I said, hey, real life though, that's nigga. It's a couple niggas grew up on Lisa now. They gonna drop that bag on whatever she dropping.
Hmm. But she still ain't no Roxy Reynolds. But anyway,
Yeah,
um,
hey Lisa's daughter ugly too, by the way.
Huh?
reparations. California reparations. Let's get out of here.
Get out of there,
Speaking
bro.
of reparations, I don't know.
Yes. Speaking of reparations, her daughter didn't get the looks from
Ain't getting none
reparations.
of it. Her daughter must look just like
Wait, no, not doing
nah.
that, not doing it, not
Her
doing it.
daughter look just hey, her daughter look just like her daddy. She don't look nothing like
Man,
Lisa, boy. Don't ask me how I know.
man.
Mm.
Didn't you play LA? No, man.
That's crazy.
Um,
Wow. It be your own niggas, bro.
hey, reparations, man. LA, California, passed the bill.
State of California.
Yeah. So basically, California passed a law. Not law. They didn't even pass it. They are. What is the word I'm looking for? SP can't think of the word. They put a bill out there in which,
Proposing a bill.
yeah, proposing. There we go. Proposing a bill that helps with quote unquote reparations with the black community. Just to break it down real quick, nothing too deep. There, excuse me. There's no direct payment to black folks. They're investing in your communities. They're going to have a board of people to educate people about Black history. To me, that is not reparations. I get the
No,
whole we're going to invest in your community. Y'all could be doing that anyway if y'all wanted to. Y'all just sent out $1,200 to almost every American citizen, but y'all can't invest in Black communities. That's cool. But yeah, that whole bill, I think it was kind of BS, more so like a horse and pony show. Like, hey, look, let's throw the word reparations out there for y'all so y'all can think y'all getting something. So when I went to the article, first thing I did was I hit uh, Command F on my computer, which gives you a little find button on the top so you can find the keyword. Guess what I typed in? Pay. And guess what the first thing popped up? there's no direct payment to black people or descendants of Africans. At that point, I just skimmed through the article and saw what they was talking about. So my thing on it, I think it's just BS. It's just you out here trying to put words out here to get people excited if they're not gonna read it. Just like people got mad over the whole Biden tax thing, which was like incorrect. But the people who were mad didn't even make that much money, as we was talking about during the commercial break. But anyway, what's your take on that, man? The quote unquote reparations of California.
Sap, go ahead. You got
it.
Honestly, I had to step away, so I missed the whole intro.
Reparations.
Well, I'll go ahead and go. It's bullshit that they're using that naming convention when it comes to what they're proposing. If I'm to personally say, there are some direct payment reparations that are due to the African American community from the Anglo-Saxon community that resides in the United States of America. But who am I to say that?
A black man in America with the Dominicano flag behind him, but you're still a black man in America.
Si, senor.
Muy bien, I think. Nah, probably wrong.
No. Si. Correcto mundo. Así.
I know a little bit old. Well, I'm joking.
Un poco.
Renos.
You niggas is Spanish, huh?
Y'all are committed to.
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna add her if we can find her social media on that.
Who, Roxy Reynolds?
Roxy Reynolds.
Hey, that's crazy. That boy about to. What happened to Carrie, bro? She went to sleep.
Why are we still at the Roxy Reynolds though?
You just left. You left Carrie alone, Cal?
Hey man, Carrie got an OnlyFans too, man.
No, for real.
Word.
No, she don't mind.
Oh, I was about to say
it was something. It's something like OnlyFans, but it's like a nice
take
like no nudity OnlyFans.
Take my credit card.
Her and Trey posted on like the same day. I was like, oh, niggas trying to start a good OnlyFans.
Started as just a way of getting to know people.
Yeah, but now it has a nasty connotation of
now you can
booty and titties.
Really get to know people.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. There's an official Roxy Reynolds page.
What? I'm not asking for myself, but for the council people, what would hypothetically be the @ to that? If you were to Google it, what would come up?
Reparations.
No. Wait a second. We're here. Let's not skip over this. This is very important.
Oh, it's a deep dive.
Yeah, no deep dive. No deep dive.
For research purposes.
For research purposes, I don't want to miss out on the conversation.
Oh man.
The context of the vernacular, of the cajole of the conversation. He
didn't want to cajole. He didn't want to cajole SP out of saying, Roxy Reynolds.
We're not going to pay her, but we just still need to be aware of what's going on.
Nobody's going to say anything about the funding.
No. Hypothetically, these just jokes though. This is just jokes.
These are just jokes.
Reparations though.
No. I'm not focused on that right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. I am busy. I'm preoccupied. Hey, this has been a crazy show, by the way.
Apparently, she has a real name.
Whoa.
He said, "Don't ruin the fantasy."
Real name? What's that?
She sells perfume.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one who.
Y'all check y'all phones.
Did the intern send some fire?
Yeah, the intern sent some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Reparations.
No. Take it from me.
We still got to fight for it. We still.
I don't want to fight for it.
And
I'm giving it away.
I'm giving it away. Oh man.
Man, I can't.
But I will.
How old are you?
But I will.
Hey,
Reparations.
nah, that shit.
On that note, where your glasses at, man?
You ain't said.
Where
Hey,
glasses?
you ain't said that. Hold on.
I don't even think we can get out of here though. It's like 7 different downloads on my screen right now.
Man, they in California. My glasses in California, apparently.
Man, I'm trying to pay all my state taxes.
All right, man, get us out of here.
Yeah.
Karoy.
We appreciate y'all tuning in to another week of the Council in the Clutch, man. Keep liking, subscribing, following, and supporting. We are now on YouTube thanks to Calvin and his wonderful, magical technology work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go vote. This episode will be out
Oh, this motherfucker had glasses on? Hold up.
November 3rd.
That's been the last 3 weeks. Not looking.
Make sure y'all go vote. You know, be the change that you want to see in society. Shout out to Roxy Reynolds. Y'all go subscribe. Lisa Ray got her OnlyFans. Y'all go subscribe. But
support black businesses.
Support black businesses. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What else can I say? Support the council. You know, Kyle is still single, ladies, just in case y'all were wondering. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for everything y'all do. And throw that pussy on Kyle one time for the clutch.
No, don't.
We need some more Corona babies.
My DMs are closed. Nope.
Hey, if y'all want to holler at Kyle, just tag the council page. We'll make sure he see it.
Nope. Don't do it. Nope. We out. I'm out. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm out.
We out.